2020. And the executive session has been concluded. The participants in this executive session were Tom Flower, board member, Jay Prince, board member, Bill Kanda, board member, secretary for the board, and the director of public health, Dr. Cliff Brown, and our attorney, Clint Smith for the county, as well as our recorder, Vernon Raw. For the record, if any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, I would ask you to state your concerns for the record. Hearing none, we'll get into our next agenda item. And Cliff, would you make your statement?
And as the county attorney, I was present during the executive session, which was for the purpose of discussing a personnel issue. No decisions were made in the executive session other than to direct me to prepare a proposed press release. And there won't be any decision made on that until you have had an opportunity to review that. And as the Board of Health decide whether or not you want to issue that proposed press release.
Okay, so that would be our action out of the executive session, and that I would propose.
That's correct. No decision.
Yeah, no decisions were made, and the action before us would be to direct you, our attorney, to write the press release that you just mentioned.
Correct, which you will vote on.
Yeah,
that'll be any formal action.
Yeah, so that would be our formal action. Do I hear a motion to do so? Write a public press release for our consideration, and we will hold a meeting on Monday at 9 o'clock to discuss that press release before we submit it. And that would occur on Monday, what day is that? The 14th. 14th. At 9 o'clock. Comments?
Just one comment, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
And it may be more for Vern than anybody else. For the folks who are online, Vern, would it be appropriate to say that the Zoom call-in credentials will be the same as the ones for this meeting?
Yes, sir.
You mean for the next meeting?
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. And I should have said it too. I will set that meeting up and get the agenda out, and we will publish that agenda.
Yeah, get that.
And that will be today, probably we'll have that. It's not going to be hard. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none. How do you vote, Jay?
I vote aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. So we will do that. And now we can, if there is anybody online, have we got anybody back?
We've got 6 people back.
Okay, with 6 people, we have time for public comment if there's any other comments to be made on anything. Anybody opening up? I don't have mine up.
Yes. Someone's opening up.
Who is it?
Nita Lynch.
Nita, are you there?
I am, yes, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Yeah, I just want to respond. I wish we could depend on people doing the right thing in terms of the COVID, all the safety measures that we know are things that will help. It's kind of like seatbelts. We know seatbelts aren't going to ensure that you will survive a crash, but it certainly increases the chances. And we had to finally mandate that people wear seatbelts before they really started using them. And I am really concerned that if we don't go to red, that we are going to still have the same situation where people are gathering in groups because we have no way to enforce it. And maybe even going red won't enforce it, but it is a stronger statement. I wish people would do what's right, but I've seen over and over comments of people, the government can't tell me what to do. And that kind of attitude is not going to change unless we put some meat behind it.
Okay, thank you, Nita. You made a good point. You've made it a couple times, so I appreciate that. We have to adjourn this meeting. I'm sorry to cut it short. Is anybody else with it? And the reason is we're backing up against another meeting that we've got to get broadcast. So
TC Smart is with the hand.
Just one thing, guys, I won't take long. I just want you to know that I had COVID back in July. Most folks know that because I didn't hide it. I went every month after my recovery to Pueblo over to Quest Labs to get an antibody test to see if I had antibodies and whether or not they were protecting me. And they did for 4 months. My test on December 2nd came back negative for antibodies, which means I can get this again. And herd immunity, unless it happens all together perfectly synchronized, doesn't work for this.
Right.
Okay,
Good-
thanks.
good. Thanks for the comment. All right. Given that's it and our time's short, I declare this meeting adjourned.